from humble beginnings to learning from your failures to becoming a great success. What is your success story? Chip Baker, The Success Chronicles. What's your definition of success? Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles, and we got my guy Mikado Hinson here with us today. And Mikado's a great guy in the Hearn area. We'll talk about what he does. I let him kind of explain, his job title and everything. But met him through Terrence Price and church guy, and just a real good guy. I wanted to make sure we got him on the Chronicles, and I'm appreciative of you interviewing with us.
Honored, thank you.
If you could just kind of talk to us a little bit about your life story, where you're from and how you grew up.
And... contrary to popular opinion, I'm not from Samoa or Hawaii. I'm from the Kansas City area, a small suburb outside of Kansas City called Olathe, Kansas. Born and raised there up until my junior college years. It's pretty interesting. I have a Japanese name. Again, I look Samoan. And I'm from Kansas.
You get everything.
And I'm half black, half white. So I got the best of all worlds involved, man. But grew up with my mother and my father, and I have an older brother. And I'll be honest, 41 years old, born in 1975, and my mother and father had it really hard growing up as a biracial couple. They got married in 1971 when interracial marriages weren't smiled upon. They're not really smiled upon now as much. They're more accepted, but my brother and I, growing up biracial, we had a good life. We had a great father who pushed us hard. He's a great man. He was always my coach. They're still married to this day, 45 years later, 46 in June. But, you know, I mean, but we did experience some highs and lows, man. We you know, my dad worked hard. He ran a grocery store. My mother went back to school and became an occupational therapist, and everything looked great on the outside. We had a pretty nice house, and we're playing sports and things like that. But, you know, we were called our share of names, and from both sides, black and white, calling us just different names. But my dad taught us right. He gave us a good foundation, a good moral foundation. And so grew up there, and then went to junior college and ended up going all the way to the East Coast to finish school. I went to Norfolk State University at HBCU, and with dreams of becoming a world-famous broadcaster. And my senior year, I felt God tugging on my heart for ministry, and I went into the FCA ministry. And my journey goes on to Houston, Texas for 16 years. Working with FCA, being a chaplain. We can talk about that later. But my journey was pretty simple. Came from humble beginnings, Olathe, Kansas, and have a loving family, and it's all good.
So currently, what is your current title, and what do you do now?
I work for Texas A&M football. I am the director of player development. Under that umbrella, I get the privilege of serving as the team chaplain. I get to mentor the 118 young men we have on our team, all scholarship and walk-ons. I get to connect and build with our coaching staff, but I get to also serve as a counselor. I get to walk alongside these guys in life. I get to be there to encourage them on the practice field, in the weight room, on the sidelines during games. But I'm also held responsible for teaching life skills, teaching character development, things to these guys, whether it be one-on-one, be in a team setting, small group setting. And so I'm living in my sweet spot, man. I'm operating in my lane, man, and I love it. It's unbelievable. So I've been on staff now at Texas A&M with the football team going on 3 years. I was at the University of Houston for 14, serving as their FCA director, team chaplain, worked with Coach Sumlin there. He worked really hard to get me here, and I'll be honest, the first couple of years, we didn't feel like the Lord was leading us here. And the third year, he approached me again, and it was nothing about his approach that changed. It was my heart that changed. And we knew that it was time. It was time to pack up our life, 16 years in Houston, and it was time to join him in what he was doing here at Texas A&M. And Coach Sumlin's awesome. He gives me freedom. He gives me freedom to do what I do as far as ministry. He gives me freedom to lead these guys, pour into these guys, challenge them, correct them, and I don't have to report everything back to him. You know, he trusts me that when he needs to know something, that I'm going to let him know. But he just said, hey, literally develop our guys, the character, their foundation, pour into them. I trust you, and he's let me go on with it.
That's awesome. You know, you were saying that. We all need that.
Right.
You know, we all need those guys in our life.
No question.
And it's amazing when you're blessed and fortunate enough to have that.
Right.
You know, and you have to be mature enough to accept it. Know that, hey, I'm not perfect, but I want the big man to guide me. And so I have to reach out for that.
That's right.
You know,
and it all starts with a relationship.
Exactly.
Everything starts on relationship. I gotta trust you first. To know that, can I listen to you? Can I receive what you're telling me? Or else it just come across as me just being nitpicky and brash and harsh on them. But if they learn to trust me, and that what I'm telling them is out of love, and the relationship is built, then they allow you to correct them. They allow you to encourage them. They allow you to discipline them. All those things, because it's always rooted in love. And that comes through trust from the relationship that you have with them. So everyone, me, you, everyone, we want love and we want discipline, some type of structure. We may resist it for a while, but if we learn to trust, then we can receive those things in our life that we are created for.
And like Pastor Danny says, life moves at the speed of relationships.
That's exactly right. You can reduce life down to a whole lot of stuff, but the one thing that's always going to stand is relationship.
That's it.
That's it.
True.
That's right.
What are 3 things in your life that you've accomplished that you're proud of?
Right. Wow. I could say 3,000 things that I'm not proud of.
I think we can all do that, man.
Things that I'm most proud of. I'm proud that in 1993 I received Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I'm really proud of that. I grew up again as a good kid. I knew right from wrong. I had great morals, but I was a sinner in need of a Savior. And so that's the number one thing. I gave my life to Christ in 1993 as a freshman in college. I've been married almost 20 years. This October will be 20. My wife and I got married in college, senior year of college. We met in junior college, and she has stayed with me through it all. So I'm proud to be her husband. I'm proud to be Maya, Kendall, and MJ's father. So that's the second thing that I'm most proud of. In this order: my faith, my wife, my kids, and then I have the privilege of pouring into lives. That's something that I'm really proud of. Again, I wanted to be a world famous broadcaster, but that would have promoted me. And God turned that all around, and when he called me to the FCA ministry, I was in turn able to pour into coaches and to athletes. And now in my role of player development, I get to build deep, lasting relationships with some great young men that I didn't know when they came into the school, but I get to pour into them and now have lifelong friends. So I'm proud to be a chaplain and partner up with guys in their most crucial times of life, and that's the college years.
And that's rewarding. The big man's gonna take care of you for that, because you're doing it for him.
Well, I hope so. I just try to be faithful, man. I like to have fun.
Yeah.
And I just like to say that I'm faithful in serving what he's called me to do.
Good. Well, what's your definition of success?
Wow. That could go down a lot of roads, and I know the world would say that your bank account, how high you get the corporate ladder. I don't determine that as successful. I think number one, being faithful in what God's called you to do and never having to apologize for it. That's successful. I think being able to invest your life and pour yourself into something that's bigger than you.
Right.
I think that is successful. I think that when you leave a situation and people miss you, you were successful in that deal because you've left your mark and your imprint on that situation. And so whether it be a young man that he loops back around and says, hey, thank you for investing in me and pouring into me, I can truly say, man, that was a success. And so I'd like to think that leaving a legacy, that it doesn't always have to be about me, but leaving a legacy in people's lives, that can be a part of a great success or be part of what, some would deem successful. But I'll be honest, again, reduce it down, and that is just having loving, personal, lasting relationships with people. When it's all said and done, and people are in that church looking down at you in that box, hundreds, maybe even 1,000 people come, but it's what they say about you, how you serve them, how you serve God. It won't be anything else that would be successful. It's the people that are behind you, that are following the people in front of you that you follow, and the people behind you that are following you. That's successful. That's success. That's a legacy. That's lasting. No doubt. That's something that won't end.
Well, what do you think it takes to achieve that success? And this is the last question. What do you think it takes to achieve success?
I think it's a lot of things. To achieve success, you got to have vision. You got to have dreams. You got to have aspirations. You got to have mentors, people who are pushing you in that direction, people who are speaking truth into your life. I think that you got to find out what drives you. What are you passionate about?
So to achieve success, you feel that what are the things that you think it takes to achieve the succce you're
I think it's just like any good pie or any good cake. There's a lot of things in that recipe. Yeah, right? Me too. A lot of ingredients that have to come together and work for that. I think that you got to have a lot of passion. I think you have to have 100% commitment. That helps you achieve that. Whatever you're doing, whether it be in corporate America, in athletics, education, in your family, you've got to have passion. You've got to have commitment. You've got to have determination. All those cliche words, absolutely. But I think it also, to achieve any type of success, you got to have a foundation. Because it's not going to be easy. There are going to be naysayers. They're going to try to keep you from achieving your goals and being what we would see as successful. And so I think we're only as strong as our foundation.
It's funny, and I don't mean to cut you, but
No, go ahead.
when you said that, it made me think of something. I saw Eric Thomas, E.T.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to E.T.
Yeah.
My guy.
Yeah. So he talked about like principles over feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you're talking about having a foundation. If you're solid on your foundation, then nothing else really matters because you're gonna stick to what you truly believe in, and it's going to be done. But if you get involved in all that other stuff, I don't feel like working hard today. No, you got to work hard every day.
Your feelings may not want to.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it.
Right.
You know?
And you got to bring it every day.
Got to every day.
Yeah.
And anything worth achieving is worth working for.
No doubt.
I mean, there's days that you just don't want to. I don't feel like it. But, we got to sometimes get outside of our feelings.
Out your comfort zone.
Outside of the comfort zone, and you hold on to commitment.
Yeah.
You hold on to what you're committed to. I liken it to this, Coach, and this is how I operate. I would assume that Christ didn't feel like going to the cross. And I don't mean to preach on your Success Chronicles, Coach, but I'm just saying I don't...
Hey, in the church, somebody, come on, somebody. Preach.
This is my last point, 10 more minutes later.
Let's get
No, but I don't think that in his humanness he felt like going to the cross.
Yeah.
But he had to go to the cross. He had to endure. He had to be stretched wide for us.
Right.
So do we say that Christ is a success? Absolutely.
No doubt.
And people say, well, he died a criminal's death. Well, no, you look behind in his legacy, where we talked about what a success is, he still has people following him. There are people that were before him, but there's people, me, you, a lot of people still 2,000 plus years later following him. So that is who I look to and say, he is the ultimate success. We can look at athletes and we can look at coaches, we can look at entertainers, actors, whoever, and say, wow, they're really successful. But I just know, man, it goes back to the foundation. You get outside your feelings, and you work towards something, you're going to achieve some success. It may not look like it.
But you're making steps.
You're making steps.
Yeah. All right, so, you talked about, you worked with athletes for several years, and, your driving force is the big man.
Yes, sir.
And so what are some things as far as, if, say, a coach or a mentor or a leader is watching, our Chronicles, what's something that you use with kids to help them, be focused on what they need to achieve and how they need to do that?
Well, the thing is, everyone's different.
Right.
And everyone wants to win. It's something created in our DNA to want to compete, and we want to win. So coaches, obviously, in coaching X's and O's, they should coach them to win.
Right.
But when you're dealing with people from all different backgrounds, all different family situations, you got to coach people differently. But the one thing that you have to do with everyone, this is a non-negotiable for coaches, for CEOs, for anyone, and I'm not even saying it as through my faith. You have to love everyone. Yeah. You have to let someone know that they're worth something, that they have great value. If someone knows you believe in them and you're leading them, they'll run through a wall to try to please you.
And they won't ask any questions.
Won't ask a question.
Yeah.
They'll run towards a brick wall and say, because you told me, coach, because you told me, boss, because you told me, pastor, because whoever. If someone knows you love them and you believe in them and you let them know that a lot. One thing that I like to tell my athletes, I love you and I'm proud of you. Those may be two foreign phrases for some people.
And you said that, and I was going to say that too. Being in athletics, I can say, I don't, you don't hear that a lot. Growing up, especially in our generation playing. Hey, you tough, hard nosed,
That's
period.
Right.
And all that other stuff, you just learn it on the fly. Like he was tough on me because he cared about me.
They got to figure out that lesson down the road.
Right.
You can still teach those hard life lessons.
Yep.
But if they know, because you tell them, you say,
there's no doubt.
You say, I love you.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
But coach, you tough on me. That's why I'm tough on you.
Yep. That's
because
right.
I love you.
Yep. With your kids.
That's right.
Like, hey, I'm getting on to you because I love you. And I don't want you to make a mistake, but I don't understand that. Like, that don't make sense.
That's right.
But you will.
They're more prone to do what you say and follow your lead if they know that you love them.
Yeah.
And they allow you to be tougher on them.
Right.
Because they'll say, he's doing it because he loves me.
Yeah.
He's doing it because he sees my best interest. He has my best interest at heart.
Yeah.
And so that's the one thing I always tell people. It's the love law. Love always wins. L-A-W. Listen, we got to have a better strategy. We got to have a better game plan. We've got to have a better vision and philosophy. No, we just got to have more love because it always wins. That's going to be the one thing that when it comes down to it, it's not the knowledge of how to run the plays. It's not this, that, or the other. But if I know you love me, I'm going to give you everything I got.
That was going to be high.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And so that's one thing I always push is, I remember when I was chaplain at the University of Houston a long time ago in the early 2000s. And this one coach came to me and said, Mikado, I can't get my guys to perform. It's like I'm just getting on them and they won't do what I'm telling them to do. I'm a young chaplain, no gray hair. And I said, Coach, have you told them you love them? They know I love them. I remember who the coach is. I saw him this year. We played against him this year.
Yeah.
I said, they may know it, but have you told them? You know what he did the next practice? He walked his position guys that lined them up, and he kissed them on the forehead, and he looked at every one and said, I love you. I love you. I love you.
That's awesome.
Coach, I'm telling you, production, just effort, energy, intensity went through the roof because all they needed to hear from their coach was, I love you. Yeah. It wasn't, you blew that assignment. Do it again. He was going to do those things anyway.
Right.
But he told them, I love you. And they knew it because he meant it. And their production went through the roof. So that's something for me. That's that little X factor.
Yeah, the law.
The X factor is the love law. Love always wins.
There you go. Well, thank you so much for interviewing with the Success Chronicles. And thank you guys for joining us with this episode of the Success Chronicles. And we'll see you next time. God bless.
The truth is so plain to see. The truth is so plain to see. The truth is so plain to see. Cause we spittin' the truth and nothing else.